Is trading really profitable or not? I believe that a lot of people have these questions. You know, in 7 years in educations and also about 8 years in tradings in cryptocurrencies, right? I start to realize about making profit in crypto is depending on the top 3 factors. And in order by making these 3 factors to be successful, you need to go through a lot of experience. Later, I'm going to share with you what factors you need to focus into it. And also this video, I'm going to cover with you one of the strategies named Algo Plus 028. I already use it for more than a few years. That helps me to make a very decent profit. These strategies can generate $1,000 to becomes 220,000 in 1.5 years. It can be a manual way or automate way, either one, which one you want to go. And this is not a day trading. You do not need to always sit in front of the computer and keep having a trades. So this is what I'm going to give it to you at the end of the video. When you step into a crypto world, right, we always have a multiple thinking about, wow, crypto trading can give you like a Lambo, Ferraris, villas, holidays, everything that people show it to you. But what I want to share with you is about, actually it's not that easy, man, bro. Coming into trading, right, the best thing is about, you can be start with a very small capital, but it equipped with a very high experience trading pathway. In order by starting with a small capital, at the same time, you need to liquidate your account, you need to know how to do your managements, to have a proper correct emotion, to control emotions very well, to become emotionless, to be like very logically realistic thinking. That going to help you in trading. If you today you still be a very anxiety person and you always overthinking on something, that is going to kill your trades, man. So you need to be aware about it. I don't know whether you are this type of trader or not, but first thing in the top 3 factors, it's about your margin size. What do you mean by margin size? A lot of people are thinking about, I want to start with $100,000, but they're only thinking to make a profit of $1,000, $2,000. Trading in crypto is not the way. The way is about how do you turn your $1,000 into $10,000. That's the real facts. If you are saying that I only use $100,000 to make 5%, I would say you are wasting your capital. And one very high risk method is about, you don't know when you did wrong one mistake, the market is going to kick you out and all your money gone, especially your emotional. What do you mean by this one? Maybe you know it one day. Secondly, your management. How do you manage well your money first? If you are saying that, David, I got 100,000, I can easily to play around with trading, I got lots of backup fund to support, that's the wrong way. If you manage it well, which means that every single month you can generate a good profit, and this profit is going to become your fortune, your main capitals, to reinvest back to spot markets, to focus on some primary market too, but not just about trading. Trading alone can be easily make profit. At the same time, it is very hard for you to control when it's a fund getting bigger and bigger. So what I want you to understand is about, if you can generate 1,000 to 10,000, just do it 10 times. You can generate 100,000. You do not need to like keep on increasing your capital until you can't sustain. If you can't sustain it, end up you lose everything. And what it comes to number 3, your mindset. And the first starting point, you plan to put in 1,000 to start trading, right? You need to understand that I want to have a goal to make $1 million. What timeline you want to set it yourself? You don't tell me that one day or 1 month. $1,000 to $1 million is quite far away. I would say you need to set it like maybe 6 months to 1 year or maybe 2 years. You need to plan it first. How much you need to compound. Whenever you compound, how do you want to take out your capital? At least you need to protect your capital first and let the profit fly. In order to protect, because we don't know how the market move. We only can expect the probability of it go up or down. But the best thing is about your mindset. You begin in end in mind, you know that what end goal you want to aim, then you start to understand that what you need to put into it, what type of management you need to start, and what type of margin size you need to go, what type of risk you can take. That's the main 3 factors. And once you understand about these 3 factors, then only dive into strategies. Because in market strategies, I believe that there's more than thousands or millions of strategies. But one thing is about, by choosing the right strategies, at the same time, you do your correct managements and your margin size, what risk you want to put into it. One single trade can give you 10 times your capital. One single trade can burn all your money. That's always depends on your choice. You need to understand this one. Let me dive into Elgo Plus 028, these strategies. How I use this strategy in manual tradings, and you can use it very simple way because I already coded up with transparency and data provenance so that you can straight away follow the instructions and the signal that given buy and sell, put in the stop loss and take profit. From there, your profit can be easily captured and maintained. I would say most importantly, at last, your margin size, risk and reward, how much damage, cost you are willing to put into it. Let's dive into 0 to 8 right now. So guys, this is Elgo Plus 0 to 8. The strategies generate 102% in 1.5 years. And I can tell you that the most important is the drawdown is 5.8%. Okay, by going deeper in this one, you need to slowly finish up the whole video so that you know how to start. Okay, how I'm going to turn these strategies, how I put this thing into my trading wheel. You can just go to descriptions or comment there. I already pasted Algo Plus 0 to 8 version 2. Okay, so you just click the link, add this thing into your trading wheel. You can see that add to your favorite indicator. Okay, once you add into your favorite indicator, so that you can open it up in your favorite there, you can able to find Algo Plus 0 to 8 strategies. The difference between indicator and strategy is about, you can see, if it's a strategies, it is with the wave, with the bar, with up and down. If it's an indicator, there's nothing at all. There's no this thing that's like this empty one. So why is it have to be a strategies? Why have it have to be indicator? The difference between strategies and indicator, it's about strategies can do the backtest to see the result, to knowing that 1.5 years by applying this into these charts, let's say Bitcoin, how much profit I make. If I applied it into, like for example, perpetual charts in Bybits, the result is different because it is depending on different charts. Okay, but somehow what am I trying to do is about, normally I'm using a spot Bitcoin Binance charts. That's the result that I can see. But when it comes to an alert, do you really need an alert? I would say yes, because you need the notifications to tell you when is the time for you to do an entry. That's where indicators comes in. Because when you add these indicators into your trading wheel, right, with the same parameter you set it, and you can set every signal when it comes in. Like for example, right now there's a long signal that it comes in, it is going to tell you that it's a good time for you to go for a long. So it gives you a notification so that you can straight away go in and make an entry by manual trading. At the same time, if you say that, David, I want to do a webhook to becomes an algo trading bot so that it trade on behalf for you, I would say yes, you can do it by using an indicator. It is not a strategist. Only indicator can give you an alert to start making trades. But before that, let's drive into this one. Okay, because we are using Hullsuite, you can see there's a multiple wave and you can see whether it's a good entry price and whether it's an exit price here. So how I know whether this strategy is working well? First of all, we see the return. And this setting that I set it is specially for you to do a manual tradings. What do you mean by this one? Take a look, for example, the parameter that I already set, 168, 2, 3, everything here is already default. You can just follow it, okay? Until you can see, right, I have a maximum stop loss of 1.8%, but I already turned on an activate pivot stop loss, which means that I'm using a previous swing high and swing low to becomes my take profit and stop loss. Got it? And the multiplier is 1 to 2. Okay, I give you an example like this. When I activate this back test, right, I'm using a third candle. For example, when I'm having a long trade right now, where's my stop loss? Last 3 candle, 1, 2, 3. So this is my stop loss. So it's 2.35%. And my take profit is 1 to 2. You can see there's a risk and reward ratios in the middle here. Okay, I just put it into 2. That's all. So whenever you receive the signal, you know how to calculate the third candle. Then you find the stop loss, and the take profit is 1 to 2. Then after that, this is the take profit price at 62,000. So easily put an entry here. When you see there is a signal for you to entry here, let's say 59,000, and go in right now. You go in by using market, set your stop loss on the last 3 candle lowest price. So it is like 57,777. Then afterwards, your take profit, you set it at 62,000. Done. Mission complete. Then you just wait the price. This is how you make a trade. And this is how the bot makes a trade. For example, I show you a sample here. Yep, this is a very good sample. Okay, for example, I got a short here. So I got a short here. At the end of the candle, the highest point of the last trade, because we are going for a short, right? So 1.53% is my stop loss. So I put in the entry price at 59,600. At the same time, my stop loss is at 60,510. And where's my take profit? My take profit should be 1 to 2. Okay, so this is my take profit at 57,783. And straightforward, in just 30 minutes, you make these profits. That's all. When you receive a signal, make an entry like this. That is where, after 1.5 years, it generates 102% with a 5% of drawdown, which is really very good already. This is how a strategy tester works. And by using this one, right, normally my settings, right, how does it work? It's included the commissions, which means that it's included the transaction fees. Because if it's not included transaction fees, right, I think the result is totally fixed. What I want is I want a truly transparency, at the same time a truly accuracy result that runs in the whole strategy tester. That this is how it works. Then afterwards, let's say this result is without leverage, but it comes with a compound already. When it comes to I want to have a leverage, what can I do? Normally I can go for export button to export the result here. Then after that, I'm using live copier calculator to see the result. The reason is because by using calculator, it's so much more easier by modifying the properties here. Okay, when it comes to calculator here, I can see that, assume that let's say I'm using $1,000. But in trading, very important is about what is the risk and reward and how much risk that you are willing to put in for every single trade. For example, let's say I start with $1,000. Then my leverage I go into hundreds. But I'm not using isolated, I'm using cross 100x, but I'm using high risk. High risk, which means that I'm using 10% of the margin size. Times 100, that is 1000%. In easy terms of understanding by using this one, it's 10x your whole account. Every trade that you use, you're using 10x isolated trades by using your whole wallets. That's all. Then after, by calculating the full compounds, from $1,000, it becomes $226,000 in 1.5 years. You can see 540 days. When it comes to a monthly compound, which is, let's say we just do a monthly reset. Every single month, we withdraw the profit. If it's lost, we deposit back. You can see that, right? Almost, I can see like 70 to 80% of the month you make profit. Some of the month, like for example, April, you make 1.5x. By using $1,000, you generate $1,500. But in June, a bit sad, you lose a bit of money. Okay, you lose 167. That's all. But why is it there's no May? Because in May, for this strategy, there's no trade. Because the market is going like sideways, so they are not opening any trade at all. So this is the result. So today, right, I want to share with you is about my making a good strategy. At the same time, you need to have a good, correct management's pricing margins. Means that today, for example, how much you are willing to put into a risk. In order to make profit in cryptocurrency, you don't need a big money. Let's say you don't need $100,000. Of course, if you got $100,000, right, you make 22 millions. But obviously, I don't think the exchange can accept this liquidity. But let's say some people say I got 10,000. Can I put in everything about 10,000 and I make 2 million? Yes, I would say yes. But it's really depending, this 10,000, is it really very huge for you? Or maybe this is a small money for you, then you can go into it and make this good return. But most importantly, it's not always about how big is your capital, but somehow it is your margin size you put in. For every single trade, how much risk are you willing to put in? If you're willing to put in like 25% of the whole wallet, which means that every single trades, if you lose the trades, you are going to lose 25% of your wallet. If you can accept that, that is okay. But if you can't, then you need to lower down your leverage or lower down your margin size. When a big profit comes from, is always from how big margin size you put into it. That's where a big profit comes into this. Okay, so this is how you are going to generate your profit by trading. Right now, you already know how Elgo Plus 028 works. So how to get started right now? Just go to descriptions and register one exchange, for example, Bybit or BingX. Once you register, right, you can start with even $100, $500, $1,000. You do not need to start with a very big amount of money. You start small first and start to follow the signal. When the signal tells you to get entry, then you just put in entry, set your stop loss, your take profit, set it, and wait for the result. That's all. Continuous for a few times. But some people, you're wondering about, can I use paper trade, or maybe can I use some demo account to start trading it? I would say no. Reason is because by making profit in manual trading, it always depends on your mindset. When it comes into a paper tradings, right, your emotional, no feeling at all. You wouldn't feel the excited, you wouldn't feel the anxiety, you can't get depressed, you lose money, you don't feel anything. So you always make the real choices. But when it comes to a real money, your emotional is going to kill you, man. So take note about it. Try to start with small amount of money. Try to use this money by turning, like, let's say $100 or even $1,000 to becomes $5,000 first. This strategy I given to you is not a very high frequent trading. Basically, it's like 1 month you got 4 to 5 trades. That's all. Good enough. When that's a signal, come put in and make the profit. Most important, just start first. Stop thinking too much. And from there onwards, only slowly you try to increase your capital by starting 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Then earn the portion that you have right now and slowly move it to spots. From there, you can see how you can generate your crypto profit in 1 to 2 years. You can really see a big life changing in your life. Okay, thanks for watching. Our video ends here today.